big up, and welcome to Liberal 12th Man Show. I'm the Liberal 12th Man, and also I am joined by Scouts Lee, JK, and also the Irishman's in the house. So we are being kindly prepared to go into this roll call because it is certainly a very, very big game for us. A lot of eyes are going to across the world are going to be on this game. Puts two of the perennial, I would say historically perennial favorites, if not with the names and the legendary historics of the clubs. It definitely puts two behemoths against each other today, and we are going to get a good chance to spout out what we want to see in this game now that we have an idea as to what is going to be the starting lineups for both teams. So I introduce to you, Lee. How are you doing today?
Good, mate. Good. Looking forward to it.
Good. And also now I will be bringing to the stage Brian. How are you?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Idiot people going around. It's election season, so there's idiots knocking on the doors every 2 hours trying to do stuff.
Good. Fun times. It's the only time they ever check in on you is when they need your vote. and last but not least, we have JK in the house. I know he's on mute, but he's
That's
ready
cool.
for us. Big up, JK.
Evening, man. Looking forward to the game. Let's get that win.
Let's get that W. Let's definitely get that W. We also quick update. Let me actually bring this up for. I know yesterday we were asked a question, or at least I think I might even ask the question. Actually, I might generate the question because I was unsure of it myself. But we just wanted to make sure that we clear up something about the format. I know. Let me bring it up for you guys here. Bring up the screen here. All right. So this is obviously we did an episode all together, and Brian, we were fortunate to have Brian, educate a lot of us on what this new format was going to be bringing, and we wanted to just clarify yesterday that we spoke on this. It is important where you end up in the top 8, despite you want to get into the top 8, but you also want to get into not only the top 8, but you want to get into the higher up, the higher you get seeded, by the way. So it is important. Every game is important in this run. Exactly how it breaks down is I'll show you on here as well. Let me just make sure I have it on here. All right. Whoops, took everyone out. That's too small. All right, there you go. All right, so yeah, just want to make sure everyone understands that knockout stages from the last 16 onwards, the Champions League will continue to follow its previous format with a series of 2-legged knockout games accumulating in the final, obviously on Saturday, May 31st. As was the case last season, there will be no away goals that are going to be in play here. Clubs that finish in the top 8 of the league phase will be seeded and will draw against winners of the knockout playoffs in the last 16. They will also play the second leg at home. So it's big to make it into the top 8 because obviously you don't have to play the playoffs. That's playoffs little segment. Then also once those playoff teams play and they have a result, they will be seeded to play against us or someone in that top 8, depending on where you fall. And what's also big about it is by being in that top 8, you get a home game as the second leg. So that's very, very important. Whoever finishes 25th or lower obviously will be eliminated, will not be entered into the Europa League. So there is no second chance to win a trophy for Europe or something like that. Once you're out, you're out. So it is really, really big, really, really big. According to Opta, 16 points from a possible 24 gives a 98% chance of top 8 finish. while 15-point tally will end up in a 73% chance of making the top 8. So where we're at now, pretty good standings. Obviously, we get this win. That'll bring us to 15 points. And will certainly enhance our opportunity to get into this, which I'm showing you, which is this whole little new format of how it all works out. I know some people are kind of like still wondering exactly what it means to like be playing in this new system, but that's what I just wanted to make sure that everyone understood a little bit about that and why this game does matter somewhat, despite the fact that, you know, if we were to lose, it'd be unfortunate to lose, then it wouldn't be Titanic catastrophe or something like that, but it would be certainly something that we would like to just get overwards, get this 3 points, get in the bag and move on. So big up to everyone joining us in the chat. As well, by the way, I see a lot of heads in there, so it's a lot of good people, a lot of proper reds as I see it. So good to see each and every last one of you. What are the things you're looking forward to see in this game? Is my big question. I'll ask JK that first. What is it that you're looking to see in this game? That now that we have it less than an hour away from kickoff. JK, the question was for you. Yep. Maybe.
Can you say that again, bro?
Okay, I was saying, what is it in this game that you're looking forward to? Like, what are you trying? What are the key parts and points of this game that you think are important for us to get this victory? And that you'll be
for me, that's why winning the last game before this game is very important. Like when you win games, you go into your next game with that winning mentality. So for me, the Southampton game is important. But I feel today they've got a few guys missing. Okay, they still got a world-class first 11 there. Well, a good 11. But for me, getting that victory over them guys, after all the headache we've had with them guys over the Klopp era, getting to finals, meeting them guys, they're causing us trouble and stuff. So for me, getting a win today is all about discipline. And like, remember the last game we had at Anfield against them? We went 2-0 up pretty quick. So for me, same again. But then after that, not letting in any goals for us, you know.
Okay. How about for you, Lee?
I'm just looking for a good game. I want to see a good game. I'm wondering how we're going to match up in midfield to them. You know, what the possession stats are going to be like at the end of the game and everything. I'm interested to see Arda because I've not seen him yet. Like, I only know him as a name rather than a player. So I'd be interested to see him from their side. Like, and I want to see how Curtis does tonight. Obviously, he's a local lad. We did have 2 in the team if Trent was fit, but it's nice to see Curtis on the pitch. I'm interested to see Diaz as well. Diaz going up against Madrid. I'm interested to see that. All of it, really. Yeah, I'm just really looking forward to it as a game. Canate against Mbappe, I'm looking forward to seeing. It's just as a game. I'm just looking forward to seeing it, the whole thing.
Okay. All right, that makes sense. How about for you, Brian? What are things that you're looking for? What are the finer points or broader points that you're looking for in this game?
I suppose we just see how we approach it because, like we said, it's just a group. It's a mid-table group, or it's a mid-term group game kind of thing. So do we go? I mean, there's no need for us to go like hell for leather at them. So what way will we approach it? I suppose really. You know, I know what we can do. I don't think we're going to do anything really different. You know, it's just personnel, really. I think we're going to probably play. So it'll be interesting to see what way Madrid go about it. Like Lee as well. Like I saw a lot of them. Yeah, look, I've seen him play 4 or 5 times, but the Laguler, I've seen him play for Turkey. I've seen him play once for Madrid, and I've seen him play for Turkey. And yeah, he's good to watch. So, But no, it's more about like what way are they going to come out at us, and what does it? It's not often you get a test against an Mbappe. So how is Connor Bradley going to deal with whoever he's up against? So yeah, it'll be an interesting game.
Excellent warm up for City, isn't it? Like, good for our defence to get to grips with these players. Like, only days before we have to play City, because whatever City are defensively at the moment, there's still a potent team in their attack, aren't they, with Haaland and co. So this will be a good warm up for Sunday, won't it?
Certainly so. Certainly so.
Yeah, I don't want to cast.
Milante's with us as well today.
Warmer uppers, like, but you know what I'm saying.
Milante's here with us as well, saying, and Milante, how are you doing? I see you're on mute right now, so I'll wait for you to unmute. But to ask you the full question, but the question beginning of the question is, what are the finer points that you're looking for today that you think we have to focus on, and what do you think is the objectives that you're looking forward to see us achieve today?
First of all, big up the chat as always. Blessings and salutations to all of you in the chat. Yourself, my fellow co-host as well. Yeah, it's just pretty simple for me. It's no complication, no mathematics about this. We just need to make a statement. Pretty much simple.
Okay.
That's it.
Simple.
We just need to make a statement. That's it.
Okay. That's simple enough. I saw I would like to say, first off, shout out to Lawrence McKenna. Actually, this one, that's why it's not on this one. Lawrence McKenna is one of the few names out there that are content creators that I actually do enjoy watching his content. I used to watch his content from when he was on the kickoff, and that was always an interesting ride. But now, he's on his own and he does his own show. And one thing that he did today, which is pretty cool, is that he was on his bike and he was riding his bike. I love bicycles, by the way, but he was riding his bike to the game. And there was some insight, or there was like a little bit of a question he asked about it. And it was interesting. It was interestingly put.
Right there.
Basically
Go on, man. Finish it.
What's that?
What a goal. Sorry.
Okay.
So I thought I was on mute. Sorry, this game on the back.
No worries. Okay. And what was the question that he pretty much put out there is exactly somewhat of what I just asked, but more so like with this game, like what is the importance of this game to you? Is this a revenge game, or is this a game to make a statement game, or is this a game just to kind of like see where we are as a team, or is this a game? What layers of this game? What are the layers of this game that really make it that much of an interest to you? Obviously, I made a point about reacting to his comment, or at least his thing, and I said basically, I'll just read it verbatim. I said, the one key point that I had about this is that the tournament format does shift the dynamic in a way that makes this game feel less like a must-win for survival and more like an opportunity to prove our growth and strength. Considering we're leading the table and have a bit of a breathing room, it takes some of the pressure off of us, and it becomes more about making a statement both to our team and to the wider footballing world. The idea of sending a message to Madrid, especially after the rumors of them taking or trying to poach some of our best players, adds an extra layer of motivation. It's not just about the result on the night, but about showing that our club is on the rise, that we're not intimidated by the allure of the big names or the power of a historic team like Real Madrid. Beating them would not only be a massive confidence boost, but also a symbolic victory that says our heritage is relevant too. It emphasizes that by saying we are here, we are growing, and we're ready to compete at the highest levels. That sense of unity and resilience, always fight on, always walk on together, is exactly what can turn these big matches into defining moments for our club. It's not just about 3 points. It's about sending a message that we as Reds will never back down. There's something deeply satisfying about overcoming a team like Real Madrid, especially if it feels like a bit of a grudge match, given the context of playing history and transfer rumors. So even though the stakes might be lower in terms of direct progression, there's still a lot to play for. Pride, momentum, proving that our team isn't just here to be a part of the conversation, but to dominate it. So that's basically what if you ever go to his channel, you'll see that comment by me. And that's what I basically feel about this game, is that it has a lot to do with just personal redemptions, fan redemptions, if anything, player redemptions, revenges to be settled. Really to the fact of what I think of it as being an opportunity for us to really showcase the fact that we are a not only big team, but we are a cornerstone team, and I think that's important. So it's just one of those things. I just wanted to make sure I got that in there. I apologize for the kind of grandiose speech. It sounds like a grandiose speech, but that's what I put into his little comment section. Sometimes I get into the op-ed style of writing. But what is that? That's why I kind of asked, like, what this game really meant for you guys. That's what I was trying to get at too. It's like, is this a revenge piece? Is this like a redemption piece? Or is this like a brush off our shoulders? Like, hey, you know what piece of game for you? Nalante, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, if you go to one of the guys first, please,
Lawrence
and I'll
McKenna
answer.
also, wait, hi, Lauren. Oh, no worries. I was gonna say Lawrence McKenna. I was reading something from the chat. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Lawrence McKenna is from Liverpool. I believe he still lives in Liverpool too, because I would assume because he was on his bicycle riding his bicycle to the game. And I believe, and his family are like his parents, his dad, his grandfather, they all were Liverpool supporters and the likes. And it was something interesting because, like he talks about the fact that there's some of us that are young that might have grown up with only knowing the Klopp era. There's some of us that have grown up knowing maybe the King Kennys and and the likes, and there are some of those some of us that grew up on seeing maybe Stevie G as our captain, or maybe we grew up just seeing Hendo, or maybe now just even seeing VVD as our captain. And there are those of us that have seen even further past beyond that. So like it's a different relevance when it comes to the European campaigns that we embark on. That's the whole point. But I'm sorry, Nalante. Go ahead. You're going to say?
No, sorry, and just if you can go to one of the guys first, and then I'll answer just at the end.
Oh yeah, no worries. Lee, you're a Scouser. Like, what does it mean for you, knowing that Liverpool might not have the glitz and glamour of Madrid, but yet the sheer fact that Liverpool fights for everything that they get, they earn their accolades. Simply, they don't just buy their accolades. Does that bring about a sense of the fact of why you might want to beat Madrid even more so today?
Yeah, I think we have got our own glitz and glamour. It's a little bit different than Madrid's, but we've got our own thing. I just really want to see a good performance. It doesn't necessarily have to be a win. Of course, I want us to win. I don't think I could stomach a defeat tonight because we've lost to them quite a few times recently. Being knocked out over 2 legs twice. We've been knocked out over 2 legs by them. We lost the final, so I would like a win. But a draw in an entertaining game between two good sides, I'd be happy enough with that. Just want to see us perform. Yeah, I want to see us put a performance on. Want to see a festival of football, as they say.
A festival of football. I like that. Yeah. Irishman, do you have any thoughts from what I was just saying too? It's like
that was a long thing. I'm not. I mean, I was just I know. I just thought you were making your comment about what you were saying, but in terms of question, like, I mean,
wait, like, is this a revenge thing?
No, I get the question. No,
Yeah.
I definitely get the question. Yeah. No, I get that we don't need. We don't. I mean, if we beat Madrid tonight, we drew with Madrid tonight. We lose to Madrid tonight. That's like our standing is established. Like they're not going to be a smaller club if we beat them. We're not going to be small. You know, it's to me like we are who we are, firmly established. I think probably they're whoever you want in Europe. I think the two biggest. Other teams probably have a say in that, but I think at the moment, I think we are along with them. So I just think, our reputation, our kind of thing is intact. Because this one, it's because like the only way we could get like revenge against Madrid would be to beat them in a final.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we could beat them tonight and it'd be okay, but if they're still in this competition after we beat them, if we don't knock them out of this competition, then I can't really see it as a revenge. Like I if we get to meet them in a final again, then I'll be looking at it as, if you want to call it revenge or whatever, but just our chance to get our name on the trophy at their expense. So that's the way I'd only look at a game like as a event. Like tonight, if we beat them, it won't exercise the ghost of Gareth Bale or Karius or Mo Salah. That won't be. Tonight, beating them tonight, that won't. Just the second league.
When we got to Paris, it was still 1-1 between us in final wins. You know what I mean? They only edged ahead of us in Paris. They've won beat us twice now in the final, so it's not like we're miles behind them there. So to bring it back to 2-2, like, would be nice in finals. That would be very nice.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Brian.
No, it's fine. You're fine. Let the lads talk. Let Nolante or whoever was going to.
I wanted to. So, I get what you're saying too about it doesn't really, like, tonight. It'd be different if it was, and that's what I basically was saying to him as well. Is that like to Lawrence McKenna, was that like basically it's different in that if this was like we have to win tonight at home because going to Real Madrid is going to be that much harder to win on the road, then it's a little bit different settings for us. But I mean, realizing that, hey, this is all or nothing, or not all or nothing, but all the only opportunity that we're going to see them possibly, if not either in the playoffs or even just in the actual or knockout stages or even in the final possibly. It'd be nice to kind of put them in check. That's all.
Yeah,
it's just kind of nice to put them in. Put them in their place a little bit.
Play them now, and I wouldn't mind facing them again in the final. But that is the last time they lost the European Cup final, 1981 to Liverpool. They're just not a club that generally loses in the European Cup final. But the last time they did, it was to us 43 years ago.
That's kind of wild. That's a great stat.
It is, mate. I was so small. I was I was just before that picture. We had a white kit in 81, and this one, what I'm in this picture, that was like a few months later. We got that kit, the yellow one, like. But that's how long ago it was, mate. Mm-hmm. I was 8.
It's wild, man. It's very wild, very wild. I see that Brian, some of the chat is encouraging the concept of revenge. Callum is saying revenge. Trap Joe is saying revenge. Okay, I got you. I got you. It'd be nice. It would just be nice. I mean, there's no Sergio to Ramos to like go up against and kind of embarrass tonight. There's no There's no real like getting back at. I mean, Ancelotti is the coach again, so. But there's no how do you like me now? Like, or what do you? Are we predictable now? Statements, that we can be
Bale
made.
is there. Bale is in the is doing the BT.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's doing. I think it's BT. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, he's doing one of them, TNT or whatever they call it.
Where is the final this year, by the way? Where's the final being held? Does anyone know?
Germany.
Anyone in the chat know where the final of the European Cup is this season?
Germany.
Yeah, Germany. Yeah.
Whereabouts?
Berlin.
Berlin.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't hold it. You can't hold anywhere else in Germany other than Berlin. You gotta hold it in like the biggest city.
Well, I'd like to beat them in Berlin. I'd like to beat them tonight and then beat them again in Berlin.
How about I just like to beat them tonight and not have to see them again?
Yeah,
I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to see them. Yeah, I don't want to see them again. Let's see what Hylar's saying. Liverpool represent what Liverpool represents is pretty much the opposite of Real Madrid. Foundations solidly planted again amongst the people with a socialist background and an everyday working man's environment. Okay. Philip is saying revenge for the last time they played us at Anfield when they beat us 5-2. I feel that too. I would love to be able to beat them like 4-1, 3-1, 5-2, or have a 5-2 on our own, or 5-1 on our own. Would be fantastic. There will be goals, I think, in this game. There definitely will be goals, I think, in this game. Bernie just said she just checked. It's 3 degrees Celsius at Anfield with a cold wind of 7 miles per hour blowing in from the Mersey. It will suit us better than Real Madrid. I think so too, because they're certainly not used to playing in this weather. They're not really suited to playing in this weather for certain, or that kind of weather. Their stadium is certainly a beautiful work of art, though. I will admit that it is an incredible stadium. But when it comes to glamour, Hyler says you really can't say this, that, or the other. Okay, I got you. Big up to Marion, by the way. Big up to Marion. KJ in the house. Big up to everyone joining us. Trap Joe, Jimmy, Bernie. Some good names in the chat, as always. Representing for sure. Cedric, I see as well. Red for Life is here. Red Armchair Supporter. Some really good people. I really do appreciate it. Red for Life, if I didn't say that already. Definitely. Bonkers is in the house. I was up early because I woke up thinking I woke up actually thinking it was later, but I got up and was pretty psyched. Got to see some of the other content creators' ideas as to what they had on this game. What is knowing that it's going to be? What's that, Brian? Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to say to kind of expand on I think like a couple of people are saying that it will be revenge. If we had beaten Madrid in the last 2 European Cup finals, or in 2 European Cup finals in the last, say, 5 years, like they've done with us, right? And we beat them in a game that meant we weren't knocked out, or they beat us in a game and we were still in competition with, and would you take it from them that, that was revenge for beating us? No, it isn't. They're still in this competition. They beat us. They pretty much stole that trophy from us in that Ramos game, as far as I'm concerned. So the only proper form of revenge there is to beat them in a final. Beating them in this, if that floats your boat, cool. If that's enough of revenge for you, then cool. It's not enough revenge for me. No, I want them in the final. I want to do the whole Rocky thing. I want to beat them in the, you know what I mean? That's revenge, and humiliate them as well.
Yeah.
Make a show of them.
How many times did Rocky have to? Sometimes Rocky had to beat, but sometimes Rocky had to beat that opponent like 2-3 times or something like that. So yeah, to get proper revenge. So It's 1,000 cuts.
As long as you get the final, as long as you get him again in the final. Like I'm saying, Lee doesn't want him. I take it because I want. Like that's the thing. Like I do want that revenge, and I want it as soon as possible. So I would take them again this year because I want to beat
I
them.
would definitely. Yeah, I'd look forward to playing them in Berlin, beating them.
I want to beat teams like that in a final. I don't want to get some handy. Oh, Monaco had a great run, or Sporting had a great run, or like we had Tottenham. Tottenham weren't very good.
I know, Tottenham's all right. It's not a bad size club, but it was weird having Tottenham, wasn't it, in one of them? When you look at
it was just genuinely weird for Tottenham to be in the European Cup final from that. Just that on its own is weird.
Mm-hmm.
They shouldn't be there. It's like, what are you doing here? Shouldn't you be somewhere else?
It was so the way he got there, though, the way he beat City. Remember, Guardiola thought Sterling had won the game for City, but it was ruled out by that. He was up the line celebrating, wasn't he? Like, and then he had to come back and sit there. Like,
I'd like to see us. Real Madrid. I'd like to see us beat Real Madrid, put them on the verge of being in the same boat as a PSG currently is right now, and then basically not have to worry about them at all. Not have to hear about the stupid stories about Trent being possibly going there and all the narratives that'll be even on 10 times, more 10 times more on blast at that point, especially if the contracts haven't been completed and put to rest. But yeah, I'd like to actually see us get up. I'd like to actually see us get Arsenal in the final.
Oh God, no. Jesus.
We would beat Arsenal in the final.
I don't want to play. You don't want to play an English team in the final.
To play a foreign team for me rather than another English team.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't seem European.
I mean, last thing I want to do is end up playing like in Bayern Munich or something like that, or like or someone that has a little bit more of a
5-1.
Well, we've never had Munich in the final, and they've lost every time they've played an English team in the final. So for us to carry their misery on, that would be something.
Well, you don't want Munich this year because it would be a home game for them. It's at their
exactly.
stadium,
that's why I don't want that to happen. Yeah.
But you said it was in Berlin.
Yeah.
No, it isn't in Berlin. It's in Munich.
Munich. I said Berlin. My fault. It is in Munich.
It's not in Munich.
Oh no, I don't want that then. I wouldn't want them in the final.
No, but look, again, people. I don't know. People can argue about like this team or that team, but look, I just come from that school of I don't want to play.
I don't want to see Barcelona.
I don't want to play English teams. I don't care who they are.
If out of the two teams from Spain, I don't want to see Barcelona. I would prefer to see Real Madrid over Barcelona. To be honest with you, sounds weird.
I'd be happy to get there. I'd be happy to get there and take it on the night.
Yeah. I mean, I'm happy to get there regardless of who we play. But I mean, like I'm just saying.
I want a kind draw in the knockout stages, but I feel like we could take on anybody. Like, there's no one that scares me in this year's competition.
Yeah. It's gonna be. We gotta do our work though. Still all the same. Get this victory, move on, and then it's on to, it's going to be back. We're fortunate to be having 2 home games, by the way. Having a home game today and then having a home game this weekend is definitely fortunate. And we're also fortunate that these 2 home games are against 2 very, very important and big opponents, being that it is Real Madrid and it's also City. Possibly the 2 teams that have been the biggest thorns in our sides, basically, when it comes to getting silverware, whether it is domestically or obviously in Europe. So it is kind of fitting that we could possibly, in my own words, strike a little bit of sweet revenge for both of these teams, especially if we get to kind of showboat a little bit, it'd be even better. Hustle Bones says exactly 12. It's not even about nothing else, just about spanking the boogeyman. Exactly.
You don't want to do that.
Yeah. Oh man. Do you guys want to tell us again, real quick before we get in? It's about 20 minutes away, a little bit less than 25 minutes away from kickoff. Did you guys want to repeat what your scorers and scorers for today were going to be for the people? I know we said them yesterday, but just to repeat, maybe now that you've seen the starting lineup. Again, the starting lineup. Let me bring up the starting lineup too, by the way, because I saw that I don't have to actually bring up my little stat. I saw Bonkers give it in there. Kelleher, Bradley, VVD, Ibu, Rabo, Grav, Maka, Jones in. Salah, Diaz, and Nunez are in the lineup tonight. On the bench, Yadros, Cody, Endo, Gomez, Elliott. Good to see him on the bench. Dominic, Trent, Kwanzaa, Tyler Morton, and our third string goalkeeper for the moment, Davies. Did you want to go, JK? Tell us what you thought. What's your score again? Score and scorer is going to be for tonight. Well, who do you have? Let's do this one too. Who do you have scoring the first goal? Who do you have?
The first goal for me,
Darwin. You can say them or us. It doesn't have to be us.
Yeah, Darwin for me, bro. We'll get the first one, and Salah will get the second.
Okay.
I'll take that.
Take that. I'll take that. I'll take that immensely. How about for you, Lee? Who's gonna open up the party for us today?
Diaz.
All right.
Yeah, I'll go for a 2-1 win. So 2-1 victory to us with Diaz and McAllister scoring the 2 goals.
Okay. Diaz and Nunez are 2 shouts. Brian, who do you have opening up the party for us today?
I don't even like doing the whole who's going to score thing.
Yeah.
Who's going to score first? Could be anybody on the pitch.
That it could be. That is a bold statement there. It could be anybody.
Yeah, but I don't. I'm not.
Just take a roll of the dice. Take a roll of the dice and just see what it is. Yeah, that's all. Who do you like? Who in your gut do you see breaking?
Mbappe.
Mbappe. Okay. See, that's bold. Mbappe to score first. All right. That's a good question, Trap Joe. Very good question. Do you guys think Bradley can handle Mbappe today? He's definitely gonna have his hands full with trying to take on Mbappe.
Like I said,
that's another reason why I was hoping. I definitely wanted to see Gomez possibly in that role, but it's obvious that Bradley is. If it's not Trent, it's obvious that this coach believes that Bradley is that choice for right back for us.
Yeah, Mbappe could have done damage to either of those players. Gomez is better defensive. It doesn't mean he could handle. Nobody can handle and inform Mbappe up to full flight. That's not something.
I think Gomez is faster. That's why I like Gomez
than Mbappe.
No, I said Gomez is faster than Bradley. Gomez is one of the fastest players on our team.
Yeah. So, like I said, or like you said, and I said last night, I think the manager, this could be one of those games for him. It's not a make or break game. If you give, we know what Gomez can do. If Bradley goes out there and puts in a good performance in a game like this against a guy like that, I mean, that could be the making of him. You talk about a breakout game. I know he's kind of broken, but the lift he could get from that. That's why I said it starts to show. That's what I'm looking forward to seeing is how he'll get on with that, because it's probably I would imagine one the biggest test of his career so far. So how do you step up? How can you know if you can step up? But you're going to find out now. So I think that's an intriguing one, and hopefully. He can handle it, but yeah, it is. It's going to be like everyone is saying. It's Mbappe. We know what it's all about. So it's like, yeah, good luck. Everybody's wishing him luck. Everybody wants him to go out there and shackle him, put in an amazing performance. And everybody will be talking about him tomorrow. So, but yeah, he is. He has a hell of a job on his hands. But I think anybody would. Even Trent would.
Hey,
Even Trent
you know
would
what?
have a difficult game today.
There's no. They're going with basically Mbappe as their number 9. As he does wear the number 9, but he normally doesn't play their number 9. But he is playing their number 9 today. They have Diaz on the left. They have Arda Güler on the right. Bellingham, Jude, Camavinga, and Modric is going to be the midfield. Modric's going to be the captain today, which makes sense. He is the most veteran player on their side, starting. And then they have Mendy, Rudiger, Asensio, and Valverde in that back line. So, yeah, Diaz is a good player too, by the way. So it should be interesting to see how.
Good luck, player.
But look, Trap Joe says Brian wants revenge, and now it's not that important of a game. How many times do I have to say it, Joe? To me, I've already said it 3 times. It isn't that important a game as far as I'm concerned in terms of the over thing. And to me, 3 times I think I've said it now. The only real revenge against them is maybe you had your headphones on mute. The only way that we actually get revenge against Madrid, in my opinion, is by beating them in a final. That's the revenge. I said there won't be any revenge. No, I'm not. Just allow me, because he's after said, he said this and now he said that. So I'm trying to explain to him what I've said. I don't think this is that important a game, and the only revenge will come if we beat them in a final. I think I've said that about 3 or 4 times now.
Wild.
I don't know what you're quoting me on, Trap Joe. To be honest, I really don't know. But if even someone on the panel could step in and back me up here that is what I said.
Yeah.
I mean, so what Trap Joe?
No, you said. I know we've said it.
Yeah.
You said it multiple times, not only just today, but before, that this game is not a revenge piece. It's not It's not even an important matchup. You're not bothered whether we win or lose, or if we go strong today. You said those things. You said.
And I've said 3 or 4 times tonight that I only consider revenge against them will be beating them in a final. Did I not say that at least 3 times?
Yeah. We get
Yeah,
that.
so I'm just saying. So why don't Trap Joe
right?
say?
Yeah.
I know. So why Trap Joe now? He's playing your air violin now. I don't know what you meant. Sometimes, man, I don't know if you're listening to a different language or something.
No,
I don't understand what you're talking
about. I thought that this was a great. This is a great. It's not a great stat, but it is an interesting stat because of Salah's 12 goals this season, only 1 has been scored in the first half. That is pretty wild. The 29th minute penalty in the home win over Chelsea is the only time he scored. So he hasn't scored in open play basically in the first half. That is pretty wild. That wasn't the case last year, especially. He would be sometimes the one person that would open up our scoring normally would be Salah. It's an interesting statistic. Hustle Bones, I'd like to see this too. I'd like to see Cujo get a little masterclass today. That'd be nice. That'd be very nice. Maybe I don't know if Uncle if Albert's at the game, but he could do a masterclass, point to where Albert's sitting and say, "How you like me now?" That'd be great. Give him a little revenge. I guess maybe I'm too big of a fan of the Count of Monte Cristo. You know. Oh, revenge is a dish best served cold. Because he played in Count of Monte Cristo. That was the long play for
I love that story.
That was some
Count of Monte Cristo.
Yeah. Oh man. Also a good sandwich too, if you're into those kinds of sandwiches. Depends. There's do they deep fry all Monte Cristos, or is it just is that always what they do with the Monte Cristo, right? Brian's is a chef. Is that what they do with the Monte Cristo?
I don't know about it as a food thing. Something called the Monte Cristo, is there?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
There's a Monte Cristo. Yeah. I don't know. Brian, you with us? No?
Yeah. What
Yes.
about? Sorry. What
Oh,
about? What you mean? What?
Oh no, I know. I was remarking that I know you're a chef, so I was asking about the Monte Cristo sandwich, right?
Yeah. Like, what is it? How do they cook it?
Yeah. Don't they deep fry them all the time, right? Or is that just
That's one of those
just
American
here over
delis.
American
that's one of
things?
those-
Okay, that's just us trying
No,
to
no,
like clog up our arteries thing.
No, well, I'm
Yeah.
trying to answer your question.
Yeah.
That's one of those American sandwiches, and I know there's like loads of different names that they put on them, so I don't know exactly what the Monte Cristo bit means. I think like there's one of them like where they cook like a beef in a broth, and then they kind of before they dip the bun in the broth that they cook the beef in, and they fry it off. And that there's a thing. I think that might be a Monte Cristo. I'm not entirely sure, but it's one of those things that I know what's in it, but yeah, they have all those different names on it. Well, I don't know what makes it exactly a Monte Cristo. I think it is that thing where you dip it in and then you fry it off on the grill before you kind of how you toast them on. But I'm not sure. But that's one of those like New York deli things. I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, I just looked it up here. It says the Monte Cristo sandwich is an egg-dipped ham and cheese sandwich that is pan or deep fried. It is a variation
Oh
of the
yeah,
French.
they dip it in the
Egg
egg.
dip.
Yeah. They dip it in the egg and they throw it back on the griddle yolk. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay,
If you ever
that
have,
makes
there's
them
one, there's one that I had here that like when you eat it, you can feel your heart being like, help me, like you know. It is not. It is like it's got powdered sugar on it. It's like it's a ham and cheese sandwich, but it's like deep fried, and it's like it's delicious, but it's just
Heavy.
it's heavy. Yeah. It definitely is one of those things where like you kind of feel your heart going like
But you carry on eating it at the same time.
right, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Oh man. But anyways, let's see. I know it's about 10 minutes away from kickoff, people. Big up to the streets. The streets have arrived, people. The streets have arrived. Yes, we are definitely ready for this game. Definitely ready for this game. I'm just hoping that back line is, and so are our midfield, and certainly our front three to get some opportunities. Certainly get some opportunities.
Yeah, I was happy McAllister starting and Diaz. They never started at the weekend. So I knew they'd be starting today. I think they're the type of guys who are made for Champions League football. Them type of players, you know, South American. Yeah, I think some players are better against European teams than, say, domestic teams. It's weird, but it happens. Like, you think you will get some players who just play wicked in Europe, but against the home team, like in English football or something, they're not great, but against European clubs, step up.
What's I mentioned earlier? I got you. I understand. I get you now, Hylor. I see you. With his double espresso he was talking about. Rasta Crab is saying 2-1 Liverpool. 2-1 Liverpool.
Take that, bro.
It's gonna be tight. It's gonna be a tight match. Who you got scoring, Rasta? Who you got scoring? Is it like we're gonna be playing from behind and trying to, and then we score 2 goals in the second half, or is it like one we score and then they equalize and then we get a game winner? How's it like unfolding for you? Lucho Darwin. Okay. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. Mbappe. Everyone's got Mbappe scoring.
What, Liverpool fans?
I mean, I know a lot of people have said Mbappe as being the scorer.
Yeah, but I've heard that he sort of favors playing on the left, that Vinny Jr. plays there, and hence why he hasn't been great.
Well, tonight's going to be in the middle tonight. They just switched it up. Actually, they just switched it up on my lineup feed here. They had originally Mbappe playing as the center forward, but now they've put Mbappe on the left and moved Diaz to the middle. So
okay, but Diaz is more of a number 10. Well, okay.
Well, that makes sense then. Yeah.
those lineup predictors, man. Just wait
Yeah.
until you see the team. Like,
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, in the
Totally.
first 2
They
minutes
can-
of the game. No.
Yeah.
like, and Mbappe has already come out and given an interview where someone was saying, "Oh, well, you're going to be playing on the left because Vinny is out." He's like, "So that's you in your preferred position." He's like, "Oh yeah, cool. I will be playing on the left in the game, but I'm happy to play anywhere." I've said before, I'm just as happy to play through the middle. You know, given the political answer, but he's already come out in interviews saying he's going to play on the left. So don't be surprised if he's playing on the right or something.
Right,
You know,
right.
like
That's interesting you said that
Ancelotti.
though. Because wasn't that his big thing? Like he was making a major point
Yeah,
that he
he's-
did not want to play in the middle.
So he's given the political answer now. You know.
Yeah, totally.
Mhm.
But I thought that was interesting that he would, his political answer goes against what he says. Like,
Did you
in his
see
goodness.
Bellingham? Did you see the pictures of Bellingham?
no, what about him?
His left knee is wrapped up like a mummy. He's obviously carrying a knock.
Okay. Maybe
It's
Uh,
gonna be
but-
interesting to see how he navigates that, because I remember he
But he threw a bit of shade earlier on. If you want, or did you hear his quote from earlier on? You can call it shade if you want. he said
certainly
to the
about the
media-
fact that when other teams are other teams, but when Madrid is a level above all other teams,
Yeah.
that kind of basic
Yeah.
statement.
He said, someone asked him a thing, and he said signing for Liverpool probably wasn't as close as a lot of the media made out. Like conversations
he
with
did
a
say
few clubs.
He
And
did say
then
that.
yada 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 yada. But when Madrid come knocking on the door, it shakes the whole house. It's hard not to accept. It's not that the other teams weren't good or were bad. It's just that Madrid are on a different level. So, yeah, there is your statement. There's your
After-
headline for tomorrow. Madrid are
There is a
bigger than
statement
Liverpool.
right there.
Liverpool are
But
not
that
on
Madrid
Madrid's
move
level.
was sort of a surprising move for me. He just came out of nowhere, bang, he's going there, you know. So who were the people who was like circling that news that he's coming to us? You know, like now he's saying he wasn't really that on, he weren't on, and he ended up going to Madrid. Who can say no? Blah blah blah.
Mhm.
So for me, like media wise, when it comes to like even like with the Salah news this week about the contract and stuff, he said it, but it's probably total opposite of what's really happening. He's probably got a contract right in front of him, waiting for him to sign it. $450 a week. You know what I mean? You don't know.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, no, you're totally right about that. You know, you basically never know what you're getting until you really
Until it's gone.
see it live, and that's what we're about to do. Who is that in the stands?
You're breaking up really bad.
Let's see.
You're
Oh, I
breaking
know.
up
I
pretty
figured.
bad.
No worries. Let me see. You can take over for the last couple of minutes here, just in case I'm breaking up too badly here.
Sure. Well, what are people doing? Tell us where you're going to watch the game. Tell us where you're
Vocal,
watching it.
yeah.
Tell us what you're doing. Tell us where you are. Nolante, isn't Nolante with us? I don't know if he is. I'm
No,
not sure if
Nolante
there.
is. It's just the
He's gonna
three.
be
It's just the
halftime.
four of us actually.
Oh, okay.
The fearsome four. The four horsemen here.
So any last
I'm watching it with my
minute
bro,
scores?
my nephew, drinking Indian tea, the way it should be done,
Nice.
and
No,
popcorn
like,
as well, made by Ari. Yeah.
What are we saying here? Judas Bellingham. First, he wouldn't sign for our beautiful club. Okay. We need McAllister. Yeah, maybe not. But just try out that little knee. You know, he's got a lot of strapping on that knee. I didn't notice that before, or I didn't hear before that he'd had a knock or anything. So, yeah, could be good. Everything could be going our way tonight in terms of that kind of shit.
Yeah. Bologna versus Lille, Monaco, Benfica, Celtic against Club Bruges, GNK Dynamo versus Dortmund. Villa hosts Juventus, and PSV versus Shakhtar are the other games on tap for us. On my feed, we are just touching the pitch right now. Just touching the pitch. And it is about to begin. It's about to begin, people. I wanted to hopefully I'm not breaking up too much. I know that I took down my feed.
No, you're better now. Better now.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that I wish everyone a great game experience today. Breathe easy, regardless of the score, people. Tomorrow is always another day. So let's just enjoy this game for what it is. It is an opportunity to see our Reds play against a very, very talented and historic team in Real Madrid, and a chance to basically give them a 1-2. And hopefully, oh my goodness, that's funny. Sorry, I was watching they're doing the part where all the kids are in front of, where they're in the lineup before they clap hands, and the one kid in front of I forget who he was in front of, but he's in front of a Liverpool player, and he kept going, doing the Trent Alexander-Arnold. So hopefully we do get to see some of that today from our lads. Big up to everyone. I wish you guys all a great game. To our Reds out there, you know that we all walk together, so that's the most important thing. Anything else you want to say real quick before the game kicks off? Got like 1 minute before the game kicks off here. Anything else you guys want to say?
Come on, you guys.
Enjoy the game. Enjoy the game.
Yeah.
Let's get a win. You know what I mean?
Yes.
For me, it's a revenge match. We got to get that win, It doesn't matter if it means anything in the league table, but for me, it's Real Madrid. They don't come around every week and stuff. So for me, beat them.
Look at Modric and Virgil van Dijk are like, he's so small.
Little and large.
it's almost like his little brother.
Like twins. Schwarzenegger and DeVito.
Yeah, like twins. With Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito. Yeah.
Yeah.
But let's go, people. Let's go for sure. Definitely big up to each and every one of you. Up the Reds. And we will see you for a match reaction for sure. But enjoy the game all the same. Be safe out there. And we will talk to you soon. All right. Take care, guys.